Good evening, everyone. I am Raven Kyle Escobalida, and uh, I will discuss to you the topic that is all about Heneral Luna. So the movie that I have chosen is Heneral Luna, which I watched in YouTube. So these are the questions that arose or that has been asked to me. Um, the first question is, what is the message of this movie? Do you agree or disagree with it? Why? So let me read on my notes that I have wrote. First is that we always elect self-serving leaders. So this is the core message of the movie for me, as this was something that in our present age still proves to be rampant. Useless and mostly greedy leaders make their way to the top, while the altruistic leaders remain in the background, and they do not last very long. You see, the people who aren't shiny or are strict law observers rarely acquire any higher position. In the movie, we saw how President Aguinaldo comes incomparable to the patriotic Antonio Luna, who were one to be advocated in the Philippines. You play a game of favoritism that involves business people. You let your money given by them to work for you, and that is how you retain and you retain power and status. As if all of these are not enough, greedy leaders secure their future generations with corrupted money from the government. When can we finally learn the lesson of skipping media brainwash? In the next election, we hope to exercise choosing wisely. The second one is the Filipino scrub mentality. We do not share a common goal most of the time. And and if someone gets ahead of us, we tend to pull them down. In the movie, we can see how powerful leaders can be, but powers are often of misuse. Jealousy, the threat of personal advancement results to diminishing the quality of leaders. They create gimmicks to let someone so successful in leading our people and uttering black propagandas that do not bring any form of progress in our country. If someone like General Luna creates a good track record, practices law abiding orders, he can only get a plot of dethronement from people. They don't get any form of promotion, they receive life threats. The third one is that Filipinos' lack of discipline. Many funny excerpts from the except from the movie portray our lack of discipline. While these have surely drawn laughs to appreciate the movie art and avoid boredom, it is one of our serious flaws. We often practice the money above law mentality that had created the herd of dishonest law implementers. If only we impose discipline on ourselves, we do not need a leader that imposes violence to be feared by our citizens. However, we remain careless that even people are experiencing poverty opt to continue their ways to sell on sidewalks. No matter how our tourism sector tries to improve Manila, these people drag us down. How hard is it to follow the rules? More so, is it that hard to contribute a little bit of your obedience to a greater cause? Maybe it is just easy to stay undisciplined, or maybe we don't care about our country at all. So the second question uh, that I have been tasked to answer is that how did the story affect you as a Filipino citizen? So as a Filipino citizen, the Kawit Battalion, which Luna disarmed for not showing up at the assigned point of attack to quell as offensive in Manila, was the same battalion responsible for his murder. If it is any coincidence, the initial attack on Manila against the Spaniards by the Katipunan, which was led by Andres Bonifacio, was not completely successful because of the failure of the Cavite troops to take up their agreed upon position. On both instances, the reason given by the commanders was that they would take orders only from Aguinaldo. Aside from insubordination to Luna, the troops were undisciplined. They wore their uniforms shabbily and were gambling and drinking on the job, while their commander was having a tryst inside his quarters. All this in the midst of war, while countrymen were fighting and dying to defend the country. Aguinaldo chose to ignore Luna's rightful outrage. This is like what's happening at present. When the people's complaints regarding public service, economic policies, and political machinery are just shrugged off, especially if those answerable are the KKK or the kaklase kaibigan kabarilan. Then there was the cabinet whose members could not agree on how to deal or not to deal with the American aggressors. Cabinet members, many from the elite class, viewed the American intrusion as benevolent. At this point comes Luna quotable quote, para kayong birhen na naniniwala sa pag-ibig ng the elite actually view the situation as a business opportunity, totally disregarding the issue of sovereignty. Then comes another quotable, bayan o sarili. Comments and questions that still ring true today. So the third question is that the third assignment that I have been tasked is the make your movie review in relation to Filipino nationalism and patriotism. Uh, I think that I am only a little embarrassed at liking Heneral Luna, an audaciously manipulative movie that's more involving than it should be. But really, when a film works this hard to rouse you, there's no shame in just giving in. So, a patriotic biopic that veers toward propaganda, General Luna, is about Antonio Luna, who in the late 1800s led the Philippine Revolutionary Army during the Philippine-American War. Early in the story, is that he's given command of the military. Cue the sweeping arcs. Battles are waged, speeches are made, and foreign enemies soon become the list of Luna's problems. Bureaucrats, cowards, and other homegrown spoilsports continually try to sabotage his unconventional plans. General Luna, you may be a military genius, but you do not understand politics. One of the comments from the Skeptic Wines. The film, directed by Gerald Tarog, portrays the general as a Patton-esque figure bucking authority and doubters, all for love of country. There's a frequent grandstanding and staring off into the distance as the movie aspires to epicness. Even Luna's adversaries admire him. He must be the bravest man I've ever seen, or the loneliest lunatic this side of Frisco. Frisco. An American proclaims after Luna single-handedly charges the front line, under fire with only a revolver on horseback. That is all. I thank you.